98.7 and AM 1580. WLIJ, Shelbyville, Tennessee. Now that's country.
You're listening to the All Veterans Hour on WLIJ. Engaging discussion by veterans for veterans. With your hosts, Gary Leverett and Jimmy Miller. Join them as they discuss various veterans programs, issues, play powerful and healing veteran-related music, and keep the American citizen informed on things they ought to know. Right here on The Leader, WLIJ, every second and fourth Monday on 98.7 FM and AM 1580, and reaching around the world on WLIJradio.com. The All Veterans Hour on WLIJ is brought to you by the American Legion Post 23, the VFW Post 5019, the DAV Chapter 43, the Holy Crab Shack, and by United Communications.
Good morning, Shelbyville, Bedford County, and all surrounding areas. I'm Gary Leverett with the All Veterans Hour, where we talk about all things veterans. And we have a special show today. Good morning, Jimmy Miller.
Good morning, Gary. Good morning to all our listeners.
And we have Tommy Bolin, commander of the Post 5019 of our local VFW. Good morning, Tommy.
Good morning. I'm glad to be back. Thank y'all for having me.
And then we have a couple of special guests from Grindstone Cowboy.
Morning.
Good morning. We have Mindy Campbell and Beth Davis.
Thank you.
Glad y'all came.
Glad to be here.
Should be a fun show. So, Tommy, this is your second rodeo with us. So,
second or third, I can't remember. I think I did one before the last one, too, somewhere along the line. But, yeah, I'm still a newbie when it comes to the radio stuff. So, for all of you out there that are listening, please bear with me.
VFW 5019's going through some changes. And
positive changes, good changes.
Yeah, positive changes, and Grindstone Cowboys is coming into our veteran community to support us.
Yeah, and I want to say on the front end how much we appreciate these ladies and their organization, the Grindstone Cowboy. So they've been supporters of the veteran community for a very long time, and we absolutely appreciate what they're doing. And we've recently formed kind of a partnership that I think we're all really excited about, and we want to talk about that a little bit this morning.
We talk about whatever you want to talk about.
That's easy then, right?
It's easy, yeah.
We know what our topic is for starting out.
Until we rabbit hole into something else.
Yeah, well, that's likely to happen. My attention span is short. I'm like a 2-year-old. My wife tells me anyway.
So this is, I believe, y'all's second store opening here in Shelbyville?
Yeah, we currently have one in Eagleville, and then we're opening one on the square sometime in September, middle of September. So that'll be our second one. And then we were going to talk about the concession stand over at the Walking Horse Celebration that we are taking over from the VFW.
Yeah, so the last time I was on the show was been a month or so ago. I guess I talked about for the VFW that we had to make a really hard decision recently about walking away from the concession food booth operation that the VFW has done for decades at the Walking Horse National Celebration. And the fact that was a really difficult decision for us and a really difficult action to have to take. But here's the good news side of that story. So the Grindstone Cowboy and these ladies and their husbands that run that business and that organization that support the veterans the way that they do, they have taken over, or they will be taking over, the food booth operation, and I'll let them talk more about it, but not just for the Walking Horse National Celebration, but for all of the events that are taking place on the celebration grounds here in Shelbyville. And, you know, I couldn't think of a better group of people who have the welfare of veterans in their heart that could take over that operation and not only just take it over, but sustain the traditions that the VFW has established over the years with the food booth operation, but also to create new opportunities and new traditions and be a really valuable part of not only the Walking Horse celebration, but of this community here in Bedford County. They're super people, and I can't say enough about them. And I thank both of you ladies and your husbands for all that you have done and all that you do for our community, the veterans. Thank you very much.
So the food booth, when the VFW had it, was only open during the 10-day horse show.
That's right.
I believe you all are going to be open at all the events at the celebration. Is that correct?
That's correct. We were given the opportunity. This started with the opportunity to do Grindstone Cowboy Express, which is what the food booth will be called as well. And that started back beginning of the show season as my husband Mike and I have been involved in the walking horse industry for 30 plus years. And so we've been involved with that from a sponsorship level. And so as we got into the Grindstone component of it with Betco Investments and Grindstone, we changed our sponsorship to Grindstone Cowboy. So that afforded us the opportunity to have something on site, and we said that we could do potentially if we did a food truck. So that's how it started. And then when the opportunity presented itself with the VFW, they came back to us and said, well, now we have another opportunity for you all. And it was one that we didn't feel we could pass up. So it presented a great opportunity for us to be more in the community and then to partner with an organization that has so much credibility in the community, and we wanted to be able to partner with that and continue to value the fact that they've been in this community forever and ever and work with them moving forward. So.
And I believe they're supporting the VFW in several different ways, the way I understand it.
Yeah, so we have, so there's been some transition within our organization at the VFW recently. And one of those things that we look forward to is that, so we've created kind of a sponsorship process for the VFW. So the Grindstone Cowboy has become a platinum level sponsor for the VFW here in Bedford County. And just to give you an idea how that sponsorship thing works. So it starts out with a bronze level, which is up to $250 annually donation to sponsor veterans programs and provide services for veterans. And then it goes to silver, which is like up to $500, and then gold, which is $1,000 a year, and then platinum is anything over $1,000 a year. And these folks have become a platinum level sponsor for the VFW. We're excited about that. It's going to provide a lot of opportunities for us to be able to serve the veterans of Bedford County. And they have sponsored our monthly breakfast, which, if you haven't been, please come out and join us on the second Saturday of the month from 7 to 9:30 a.m. Breakfast, right?
Right.
and come sit down and have a plate of good country cooked, home cooked breakfast with us. And the food is good, but the conversation and the fellowship is even better. We're a family organization, and your veterans understand that, I think, better than people give us credit for, the family aspect of our lives and what we do. And we want families to come out and join us for our breakfast each month. So, yeah.
And
breakfast, big deal.
We're always recruiting. So American Legion, DAV, VFW, we're always recruiting.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are. We need members, especially, look, I'm not a young guy. Today's Monday, right?
Today is Monday.
A week from tomorrow, I turn 60 years old, and I never thought I would make it to this age. I promise you, I never had a vision or a dream where I was 60 years old, but here I am. So anyway,
and you're killing it.
Yeah, well, how about that? Yeah.
Man, you're young.
I know.
You're real young.
I hope to live as long and as fruitful a life as you have.
He's one of our young guys. He's 60, but he's one of the young guys.
Yeah, we need young young guys, so younger than me. If you're younger than 60 years old and you meet the criteria, the eligibility requirements for the VFW or the DAV or the American Legion or the one we always forget about, the Marine Corps League, then come find us. We've got an application with your name on it. All you got to do is sign it and pay your fee, and we're good.
We always play a little bit of veteran-related music, and this first song is called Time Doesn't Always Heal. Steve Williams on the vocals, and Brandon, if you would.
Time doesn't heal all wounds, and time isn't on my side. When it gets you down, they say give it up. You still carry that hurt around. You ain't giving it up enough. When you ask for help, they say get in line. And when all else fails, they say give it time. But time doesn't heal all wounds. Time isn't on my side. Even beautiful sunsets fade, but old memories never die. When I close my eyes, I see a soldier from yesterday. I know that time goes by, but it never goes away. Heavy summer rain always takes me back. A chopper flying overhead, can't help but notice that. I cried when I saw the flag just the other day. Yeah, long ago was really not all that far away. 'Cause time doesn't heal all wounds. Time isn't on my side. Even beautiful sunsets fade, but old memories never die. When I close my eyes, I see a soldier's younger face. I know that time goes by, it never goes away. It's like I'm walking on a bridge I can never cross, wondering if the victory's ever worth the cost. And the slightest little trigger always sets it off. 'Cause time doesn't heal all wounds, and time isn't on my side. Even beautiful sunsets fade, but old memories never die. When I close my eyes, I see a soldier from yesterday. I know that time goes by, but it never goes away. No, it never goes away.
At United Communications, we're more than just fast internet. We're your local connection to reliability and service you can count on right here in Bedford County. With fiber fast speeds and a team in your community, we keep you connected when it matters most. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from people who care. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local, internet.
We're the Holy
and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Good food and God come and see. The Holy Crab Shack, where the love runs deep. Precious cash and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Good food and God come and see. So grab a seat.
All right, I'm Gary Leverett. We're back again with the All Veterans Hour with my co-host Jimmy Miller and special guest Tommy Bolin, Mindy Campbell, and Beth Davis from Grindstone Cowboy. So we'll be talking to them here in just a few minutes. Jimmy, tell us about our meeting times and where they can go.
I'm all over it. So we have our American Legion Post 23. We meet on the first Tuesday of the month at 6 o'clock. Rowdy Ranch provides the meat for our meetings. All we ask is everyone bring a covered dish, and spouses are welcome. We're located at 1355 Highway 130 East. So come out and see us on the first Tuesday. We have our DAV Chapter 43. They meet on the second Tuesday at 6 o'clock. They also have meat provided by Rowdy Ranch, and spouses are welcome at this event. And they're in the same location, 1355 Highway 130 East. Now, do you want me to go over VFW, or do you want to do it?
Well, you're doing a great job.
Okay, well. Okay, in our VFW Post 5019. If I mess up, he's in the room, he'll tell me. So they meet on the first Monday of the month. You have meals provided?
We do, by guess who?
Rowdy Ranch.
There you go.
Strong supporter of ours. And auxiliary and spouses are welcome at this event. Their location is 1320 East Depot Street. And then on the second Saturday, they have a VFW breakfast fundraiser. It is from 7 o'clock to 9:30. Adults are $10. Children 6 and under eat for free. And on the third Saturday at 6 p.m., they have live music. It's a $3 cover. Bring a covered dish. They have a live band, and hopefully we'll be having more live bands here in the future.
That's what we're looking forward to, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, too.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity with that music night. And we got the right people in this room right now to make that happen. So
that we do. And we have one more event coming up at the end of the week. On August 1st, our Defenders of Freedom and Liberty, they're the ones that do wreaths across America. They place the flags on Flag Day. But they're going to have a fundraiser at the Hitchin Post located at 1902 Warner Bridge Road here in Cheville. It starts at 5 o'clock. They're going to have a barbecue pork, baked bean, potato salad, dessert, and soda for $12 a plate. They're going to have a silent and live auction at 6 p.m., and Buck Wild Band will be performing for the night. The silent auction, I haven't seen everything, but I know there's a Jack Daniels barrel there. I know there's a shotgun there, so they have a lot of items to have for the auction. So join us.
Yeah.
All right, so we're here again with Tommy Bolin and Mindy Campbell and Beth Davis, and these two ladies are from Grindstone Cowboy, and we're going to talk a little bit about what they're going to do for the VFW this year. So what you ladies got planned?
Well, our big kickoff event will be during the Tennessee National Walking Horse Celebration, which will be, I believe, the 86th or the 87th year for the celebration. Yeah, it's either 86 or 87. So we're excited to be a part of that.
1939 it started.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's 86.
Okay, so 86. All right.
I'm not good at math,
yeah,
but I did that quick.
So the celebration obviously is a treasured event in this community, and the VFW has been a huge part of that. We want to be able to continue their legacy and start new traditions, not forgetting the ones that were made in the past, but begin new ones for Grindstone Cowboy. The Grindstone facility on the showgrounds will be called Grindstone Cowboy Express, but it'll be similar, very similar, and Mindy can go into the detail about that, very similar to the menu that we'll be offering at the brick and mortar Grindstone Cowboy that will be opening on the square in Shelbyville, Tennessee. So with that piece of it, we aren't just going to take over, we are taking over that space, but we're involving the VFW in that as much as we can. We have offered the opportunity for any of them who would like to come and help us, volunteer on that day, work with us, show us the ropes. This is a new venture for all of us to do something of this nature, but looking forward to that. So we do have a group that I believe is going to set up a tent and be visible during that 10-day period, or a portion of that 10-day period. And just meet and greet people and kind of share the story of what the VFW, if we can find old pictures. So again, that we focus on what the old traditions were and how we're going to create new ones. We have hired 2 of the ladies that have worked at the VFW for years. So we're excited to have them a part of the team. And we've had a couple other folks reach out that are interested. So we've offered that opportunity for VFW to volunteer, to be visible during that time period, and also be a part of the process as we move forward and help us out. You can talk about the menu and what all we're going to do.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different. Well, a lot different, I guess. We're going to stick to the basics of what Grindstone does. It will be an express limited, smaller menu. So we do mostly sandwiches. We're going to do some salads, which will be new to, I think, the Walking Horse Celebration. You won't find that at a concession stand. We do some fresh wraps. So basically, it's just like the Reuben. We're going to bring back the country ham breakfast sandwich because we were told we have to do that. So we are going to bring that back. No fear. So basically, everything's to be cooked to order. So. I think we're going to be able to pump it out pretty quick, hopefully with the help of everybody that's volunteering and coming in to help us, because we've kind of had to staff quite a bit in a short amount of time. Yeah. But we're excited to be a part of this and see it grow.
And the breakfast will be, there will be the country ham sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm doing biscuits and gravy. Yeah. We're going to do a breakfast burrito. We're going to do some breakfast croissant sandwiches.
So what time are you going to open?
We're going to be open 7 to 8 is our plan.
7 a.m. day.
Yeah, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
So we will definitely meet the breakfast crowd, and when everybody goes over to get their donuts at the Optimist Club, they'll come over to us, get their coffee, and...
Oh, yeah, we're going to also have smoothies, frappes, gourmet coffee. You can get some lattes.
Yeah, you're closing a little early.
I know, that's what everybody keeps telling us. Maybe next year we might extend our hours, but for this first year we kind of were limited on staffing in a short amount of time.
That horse will be here before you know it.
Yes, we know.
Right around the corner.
20th is the start date, right?
Yes.
August the 20th through the 30th.
Yeah.
It always ends the Saturday before Labor Day.
Mm-hmm. And then, not to forget, is Paso Fino, is that this weekend?
Yes.
Coming up, right?
Yes. So we are going to be open for the Paso Fino show this weekend as kind of a trial run. It's a pretty small show, but we welcome everybody to come out and be patient with us while we're learning. But we're going to kind of get the quirks out this weekend, so hopefully we can have it all together for this big show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm excited about this whole transition. These ladies have done an extraordinary amount of work in a very short period of time to get this thing going, and I'm excited for them, and I'm excited for the Walking Horse Celebration. All the folks that are part of that event every year, from the fans to the breeders, the trainers, the exhibitors, the judges, everybody that comes in. We want them to have a good time, and the Grindstone is going to do that and provide that link back to the VFW, so that nothing really changes other than the name on the wall, right?
The name on the wall will change. Menu will be a little different, but we will continue to have that relationship and support the VFW throughout the year.
So I like to meet our new neighbors. So I keep hearing y'all like to do things with veterans. Is there military in either of your backgrounds?
No, I didn't come from a military family, and my husband didn't, but my husband does a lot of things for the military. He's also a singer, and he has done many USO tours, and he does a little partnership with Creative Vets. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're very similar kind of to the Freedom Sings, and where they join veterans with songwriters, and they write songs and they do shows, and it just kind of gives an outlet for the artistry part of Nashville. And so he does a lot of that kind of thing.
Yeah, and if you go to Craig Campbell's Facebook page and look on there are tons of videos of them supporting veterans and military folks. It's amazing what he does, and it's greatly appreciated.
Well, that's a good way to come into our next song.
Oh yeah.
The next song we're going to do, Brandon, I believe, is All American Comeback Kid.
Yeah, this is a song Craig
right?
Campbell wrote, so I think y'all will like it.
All right.
He was the captain of his team his senior year. Had that look in his eye that said no fear. Down by 6 ball on the 10, he said, huddle up boys, we got a game to win. They snapped the ball, he looked left then right. Nobody was open, so he tucked it tight. With a champion's heart inside of him, the clock ran out as he ran it in. And the whole town cheered, and his mama cried. They rushed that field and raised him high. With his picture in the paper, the headline read, All-American Comeback Kid. He was recruited by the best schools across the land, but he decided to sign with Uncle Sam. Kissed his mama goodbye in their living room. He said, Dad, don't worry, I'll be back soon. 3 tours of duty and a Silver Star. He flew back home with his battle scars. He stepped off the plane in his combat boots and saluted the red, white, and blue. And the whole town cheered, and his mama cried. Another hometown boy made it home alive. With his picture in the paper, the headline read, All-American Comeback Kid. He's the All-American Comeback Kid.
We're the Holy Crab Shack, where the love runs deep. Precious catch and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Good food and God come and see. We're the Holy Crab Shack, where the love runs deep. Precious catch and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Good food and God come and see. So grab a seat.
United Communications builds connections you can rely on. Whether it's fast internet for your home or business, our fiber network is designed for your community. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from real people. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
You're listening to the All Veterans Hour on WLIJ. Engaging discussion by veterans for veterans. With your hosts, Gary Leverett and Jimmy Miller. Join them as they discuss various veterans programs, issues, play powerful and healing veteran-related music, and keep the American citizen informed on things they ought to know. Right here on The Leader, WLIJ, every second and fourth Monday on 98.7 FM and AM 1580, and reaching around the world on WLIJradio.com. The All Veterans Hour on WLIJ is brought to you by the American Legion Post 23, the VFW Post 5019, the DAV Chapter 43, the Holy Crab Shack, and by United Communications.
Okay, here we go. All right, we're back again, All Veterans Hour, and let me just catch you up on some things that you can do as a veteran. If you need benefits, you need to go see Ben Ely. He's our veteran service officer here in Shelbyville. He's in the basement of the courthouse. You go to the courthouse, it has a ramp. If you have a wheelchair or walker, there are no steps getting to his office, so... and he's open from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and always make an appointment, because that is a very busy office, and you don't want to be sitting there, because sometimes it takes an hour and a half to get paperwork filled out, so you don't want to be sitting there an hour and a half. So be sure you make an appointment with Ben Ely. And Dustin, phone number is 685-4838. That's 931-685-4838 if you need paperwork for your veterans benefits or anything you need to know about the veteran community here in Shelbyville. You can talk to Ben Ely. Ben does a great job.
And Ben is a good dude, and that's my highest form of praise. Is if I call you a good dude, you're probably all right.
He's very dedicated, I will say that, and does a great job. If you need a ride to your doctor's appointment or to the VA hospital, one of the VA hospitals, we have 3 vehicles. Sometimes all 3 of them are on the road. Sometimes they make 2 trips a day. So Bill Tucker coordinates that for us, 931-607-7178. Bill asked that you give him 48 hours notice, because it's a big job for him to coordinate this. Because, like I say, we have 3 vehicles. By the way, we have a brand new 2025 Chevy Traverse that you can ride to your doctor's appointment in. Thank the mayor and the county and the Veterans Council for that vehicle. It was a coordinated effort between the council and the county to get a new vehicle for our veterans. We had 2 vehicles. It was costing us so much in repairs that it was not cost effective to keep them, so we had to get something else. But Bill Tucker does a great job with getting our veterans to their doctor's appointment. We do something that most counties don't do. They will come to your house and pick you up, take you to your doctor's appointment, and bring you back to your home. Most counties, you have to make it to a central location to get your ride, but not Bedford County. We come get you and bring you back home. Again, that's Bill Tucker, 931-607-7178. We're here this morning with Tommy Bolin, commander of the local VFW Post 5019. He's brought 2 ladies with him this morning from Grindstone Cowboy, Mindy Campbell and Beth Davis.
I get to sit on the good-looking side of the table.
Yeah, but you ain't you're not too smart. You didn't get in between them.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, okay, Tommy, I'll turn it back over to you. You talk about what you need to talk about.
Well, I want to let the ladies talk about their great business organization and what they're doing. And Beth, I think, had something you wanted to talk about, didn't you? Did you have one more thing?
I forget.
I think you had Tommy had a question.
I want to know what Grindstone Cowboy, where they came from.
That's what it was.
So now it's been about 7 7 years ago, my husband came home one day and, well, first off, he's always wanted to own a coffee shop, and I have no idea why he wanted to own a coffee shop. He travels a lot for a living, so I think he goes to coffee shops to work out of a lot. So it's always been kind of a passion to open a coffee shop. And then I wanted to open a music venue where I could give a stage for local singers to come and sing, just a small acoustic stage where we could do writers' nights and things like that. Not like necessarily a bar, but just a place that you can have a beer, drink a cup of coffee, and just listen to great songwriters tell the stories about their songs. So that was always our two passions. And then one day he came home and he was said that he had a great name for a coffee shop. This was probably 5 years after he told me he wanted to open a coffee shop. And it was Grindstone Cowboy. And he found the name because he overheard somebody talking about the Glenn Campbell song, Grindstone Cowboy. And he heard it incorrectly and thought they said Grindstone Cowboy. And it just kind of connected our country music love and coffee together. So that's kind of how the name came about, and it worked well with the grind for the, grinding your coffee beans, and then the song with the Grindstone Cowboy. And so that's kind of how it all came together. And then I thought he was crazy. I said, absolutely not. I just don't think I'm ready to go back to work, because we had 2 little kids at the time. And I said, but here's 3 things you have to do. We have to own the building, because I didn't want to put all my money into a building and then the business just flop and we have nothing. So I said we have to own the building, and then we definitely needed to have it close to my house, which Eagleville is very, very small. It's got 1 stoplight. There's not very many businesses there. So to find a building that we could own in Eagleville, and then my third one was that it had to have a drive-through, because a coffee shop needed a drive-through in my mind. So we happened to come across, we were in this antique building, which is right next to the stoplight in Eagleville, and we were talking to the lady, and we thought that was the only building that could possibly work. And so we were just talking to her. Name was Brenda, and it was during COVID, and we were talking to her about our idea, and she said, oh, well, you need a building like mine. And we were like, yeah, we do. I mean, we kind of knew what we were going in there for. And she's like, well, great, because I have a 5-year plan, and this is my 4th year, so I'm ready to get out and sell my building. And so it was like a God thing. I was like, this is a sign. So we just kind of said, well, okay. I said, well, how much do you want? And she said, well, I happen to know. And so she told us the price, and within 2 weeks we had bought the building, and we started renovating this old 1930 something building. Used to be an old service gas station. So that's kind of what we're doing here in Shelbyville, is gutting a building that's been there forever, but we're trying to hold the historical value, because that's what we wanted, was an old building, and not to just bring something new into a small town, but to preserve like all these old buildings, I think is what we need to do. So when we got this Shelbyville thing, the way that came about was, it was crazy. A lot of people were coming into Eagleville from Shelbyville saying we need a location down in Shelbyville. Or we get that a lot from places all over. So this kind of idea came to us from a guy, Jeremy Carpenter, who has a business in Shelbyville. What is his business? I think it's
GC Performance Classic.
Yeah, GC Performance Classic. And he's like, I know a couple, I know a building, and we need to make this happen. And so he introduced us to Beth and Mike, and then they showed us the building, and it just kind of all happened so fast. So I think it was another God thing. We were like, well, maybe this is supposed to be. But this building on the square is going to be 4 levels. So the first level is just going to be our coffee shop with a little acoustic stage. I mean, it's not as little as the one in Eagleville, but, and then the second level is going to be kind of an event space that we can do some VFW fundraisers, company parties, wedding rehearsals, more of a rental facility. And then we can also do some big music live shows, concerts, bring in some big names to Shelbyville.
Freedom Sings, we'll be there.
Hey, there you go, Freedom Sings, absolutely. Definitely have to put on a show there. And then on the first floor, we also do like trivia, karaoke, open mic night that people are welcome to come. We're very family oriented. We do have a full bar, but I wouldn't call ourselves a bar. We will probably probably try to designate a dance floor because you can't have live music without a little dance floor. But that's about it. And then we'll have the rooftop, but that's a couple phases down. And then we have a basement that we haven't decided quite yet what we're going to do with it. That was a surprise when we got the building. So
for you people that know Shelbyville, they are in the old Jimmy Kyle building where he had his bail bond office. So
oh yeah,
on the southwest corner of the square.
We went through all that stuff. There was it was like the apocalypse. Like they just disappeared and left computers and radios and paperwork and files. And I mean, of all the office spaces were just full of they just disappeared.
Jim is he's a veteran, and his dad was a veteran, and he's a member of, I think, all three organizations.
Well, if Jim is listening and has photos,
we would like them.
We would love to see some historical photos of the building. Anybody.
Well, I can get you in touch with Jim.
Yeah, get us there.
Yeah, we've worked with the archives ladies who have been fabulous to help us come up with as much information as we can. So we did identify the origin of the building, which was the late 1800s, where it was the Boone Hotel. And then there was a small fire, and they redid it as the Riverview Hotel. So that's kind of that. We've identified those buildings are the Riverview buildings, and that will become the Riverview District. So we've had tremendous support from the city, county, in getting everything that we've needed to move forward with the renovation and reimagination, kind of revitalization of those buildings.
Y'all closed off the road next to it. What's that going to be? Just a sitting place, or?
So I think they're calling it a pedestrian walkway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we can do farmers markets there. We can do little Christmas festivals, fall festivals, and then they're also going to, I think in the plans, build a little river walkway, clean up the trees so people can walk their dogs, go for a walk, see the river. And so it's just going to kind of be a little hangout area that people can just walk around and
connection. Yeah. So that's one of the big things that we feel like this is going to be a huge opportunity to connect the community. So you take that pedestrian street and you now have the walkway down to the Fly Arts Center, which is also being reimagined and renovated. And then, as Minnie mentioned, the Riverwalk, which you can go down to the Riverwalk right now, but you really don't know how to access it. So that will be an easy access right to if you're looking at we're on Spring Street, all of our buildings will end on Spring Street. So we have the Grindstone, but then we have the 2 additional buildings beside that. So those will become 3 additional retail spaces and or restaurant. We haven't figured that out yet. And Airbnbs. That'll be phase 2. Yeah. So, but that will be coming soon.
So you were almost the Grindstone Cowboy.
Yeah.
But grind is definitely a good play on words.
That's where it kind of came from, yeah.
And then the relationship has evolved. Mike and I, my husband and I, have been coming here for 30 plus years. We are transplants from Cincinnati, but have been a part of Shelbyville community for many, many years in the walking horse industry. So we knew the potential of the people that are here. It's a very positive community from a standpoint of the people love people. You always feel welcome when you come to Shelbyville, and that was one thing that we knew coming into here and deciding to make this our permanent residence, that there were a lot of opportunities moving forward.
Have y'all noticed that everyone from here leaves the B off, and we call it shovel?
Yes, we do.
Shovel.
I can't
like a shovel. Shovel.
They leave the Y off.
Okay. Leave the shovel. It's like a shovel.
It's like shovel with an E. It's shovel.
If you're in Tullahoma, they're going to shovel.
Shovel.
There's a pizza place right down the road from y'all that's capitalized on that right there, that pronunciation. They're doing really well, too.
Oh, yeah.
Shovel pizza.
Shovel
that
pizza.
was where that came from.
That's brilliant. It all starts with the name, guys.
Yeah. Oh. So I still have to say Shelbyville. Sorry.
You can always tell somebody if they're not from here.
We're a transplant. You're right.
Anyway, so.
Well, I think we ought to establish a rule for the radio show that we say it actually correctly. Correct pronunciation. Shelbyville. That way, in case somebody else out there that's not from here
tries to Google
they
it.
know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? So.
They'll know how to
I
spell
can't
it.
do it.
Can't do it. That's funny.
My wife gets on to me all the time. She's like, Shelbyville. And
Right.
I'm like, Shovel.
It does have.
Shovel. We're going to shovel.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, Brandon, let's do one more song. This will be Things I Can't Say, Steve Williams.
Don't know how, where to begin, how to let it out, so I hold it in, buried deep inside, in a quiet place. These battle scars are here to stay. I can bend your ear and take up all your time. I can tell you things I know would blow your mind. If I told you all I dream at night, it'd take your breath away. Oh, but who would want to listen to the things that I can't say? One night my daddy tried to pick my brain. He stared right through me, never saw the pain. He said, let's talk about it, get it off your chest. Daddy don't know, it's better laid to rest. I can bend your ear and take up all your time. I can tell you things I know would blow your mind. If I told you all I dream about, you'd probably run away. Tell me who would want to listen to things that I can't say. Oh, but if you'd like to hear a devil's tale, I can take you on a tour and you can follow me through hell. Take up all your time. I can tell you things I know would blow your mind. Oh, but then again, you probably think I'm crazy anyway. Who would want to listen to the things? Tell me who would want to listen to the things that I can't say. Don't know how, where to begin, how to let it out, so I hold it in.
Where the love runs deep, precious catch and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, good food and God come see. The Holy Crab Shack, where the love runs deep, precious catch and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, good food and God come see. So grab a seat.
At United Communications, we're more than just fast internet. We're your local connection to reliability and service you can count on, right here in Bedford County. With fiber fast speeds and a team in your local community, we keep you connected when it matters most. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from people who care. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
A what?
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Okay.
Hey.
caught me off guard there, Brandon.
That was abrupt.
All right. Back here again with Commander Tommy Bolin and the ladies from the Grindstone Cowboy. And Tommy, I believe you got some stuff you want to go over in this last segment.
Yeah, just real quick. So one of our primary objectives, missions for the VFW is to provide opportunities to the community, not necessarily just veterans, but folks in Bedford County. And one way that we do that in the VFW is that we have scholarship programs, and there are two that I want to talk about. One is called the Voice of Democracy, and the other is the Patriot's Pen. So they're essay contests, competitions that start at the local level, so at our post 5019, and end ultimately at the national level. So the Voice of Democracy is the high school version of the essay contest, so grades 9 through 12. And then Patriot's Pen is the middle school, grades 6 through 8 version of it. For the middle school, Patriot's Pen, the grand prize is $5,000 scholarship. And for the Voice of Democracy, for the high school version, it's $35,000 at the national level. And it's an essay contest. Both of these are essay contests. So young folks in our Bedford County schools who want to compete for a scholarship, these contests are a great way to do it. And the theme for this year, 2025 to 2026, is how are you showing patriotism and support for our country? That's the topic. The middle school event, the Patriot's Pen, is a written essay, and the high school version, Voice of Democracy, is actually an audio essay competition. So in November, around Veterans Day, is our next big VFW event. We're going to have a banquet, and a part of that banquet is going to be having the local winner of each of those two competitions perform their speech for the veterans during our Veterans Day event. So it's a big deal, and I'm going to give a shameless plug to my daughter, Caitlin, who is a high school English teacher at Central High School, and I think she's the best teacher in Bedford County because, I'm a little biased. So she's kind of leading the charge on the essay contest. And for all of the other teachers in Bedford County, please either reach out to me or reach out to Caitlin, and we will give you copies of the applications for those two programs. And I'm going to do one more thing real quick while I'm thinking about it. For those of you that want to contact the VFW directly, our post phone number, which goes to my cell phone, is area code 615-640-0625. So if you have any questions about anything that the VFW is doing or about these essay contests, please reach out to me at that number. And if I don't answer, I promise I'll call you back. But that's all I got for that.
Well, folks, the hour has passed, and we want to thank Commander Bolin and Grindstone Cowboy representatives. And ladies, we thank you.
Thank you.
Beth
Thanks so
and
much.
Mindy.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Would y'all be interested when everything gets up and going to come back to the show and tell us how it's going and what all you're involved in?
Absolutely. And you should get Craig Campbell to come back and sing on your show live. That'd be fun.
I think that would be a job for you.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
We have done live shows in here.
That'd be fun.
So anyway, okay, Brandon, take us out of here with that last song.
Yeah, he can bring his guitar.
Since the deadly clouds fell from the sky, more than 50 years passed us by, with no blood or shots fired from around. It put soldiers 6 feet in the ground. came down in a misty scorch. A killer they called Agent Orange. It took out birds, plants, and trees, but it left its seed inside of me. They said, don't believe everything you hear about the toxin, dioxin, had no fear. Wrapped up neatly like a perfect lie. That's why today I'm still wrapped up in the fight. It rained down on the men below, who never got medals 'cause it didn't show. Rivers and creeks were full of it. Just the thought even makes me sick. They said, don't believe everything you hear about the toxin, dioxin, had no fear. Wrapped up neatly like the perfect lie. That's why today I'm still wrapped up in the fight. More than 50 years have passed us by since the deadly clouds fell from the sky. Yeah, I'm proud to be an old war vet. I was killed and now I just haven't died yet.
Where the love runs deep, precious catch and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, good food and God come and see. The Holy Crab Shack, where the love runs deep, precious catch and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, good food and God come and see. So grab a seat.
United Communications builds connections you can rely on. Whether it's fast internet for your home or business, our fiber network is designed for your community. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from real people. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
We're a stand-by-our-country kind of station. 98.7 and AM 1580, WLIJ, Shelbyville, Tennessee.